This has been like the fifth time I've tried to record this intro. It's ridiculous. Hi, my name's Barry. And I watch anime, and I understand there are some people who are new to my channel because it's a new show, and so people are like, I'm not interested in watching a reaction to Death Note, but I am interested in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood because that's what I'd seen. So anyway, if you're that person, welcome. And I'm going to be watching the first two episodes of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This video and then the following video that I will be posting will be the second episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So for those of you who've been watching for a while, and if I stumble through this, I'm just keep going because I am sick and tired of having to try to film this intro. I'm doing things a little differently. A wonderful subscriber sent me an email with some suggestions, and so I thought I would maybe try out that format and see how it goes. So usually what I would do is I'd film the whole thing and then film an additional kind of commentary. Apparently, I'm doing twice the work that I should. So this is going to be my intro commentary, and then there'll be a place for you to like watch the reaction, and then you can come back and watch what I have to say about it. So, all right. So, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have not seen it. I have seen the original one, which from what I understand, I mean, people just like were crazy about it when it came out. And from what I understand, it deviated a lot from the source material towards the end because the source material wasn't finished. And so it kind of did a Game of Thrones thing where it overtook the books. So in terms of storyline. And so they kind of went a different direction. So I sort of know the general premise of this, and I'm sure there are going to be some characters that are very similar because, well, it's kind of the same source material, but I don't know where it's going to be going. Furthermore, I did watch this when I had swine flu. It was when I was getting better, and I think it might have been in the recovery process. So I do remember more about it than, say, when I tried watching the first few episodes of Death Note and seriously don't remember a thing. So, swine flu, it was no joke. And so, I mean, I'll probably be like, oh, I sort of remember that. Like, I remember Automail, but I can't remember the girl's name who, Winry? Was that her name? Or was that the girl off of, what's that? Not Happy Days. Whatever. Anyway, I think her name was Winry. I could be wrong. Anyway, and there's, I almost said Aaron, but it's clearly not Aaron because that's the guy in tech. I'm just gonna start watching. So I don't really know what to expect. I loved the first one a lot, like a lot. I was like, just it grabbed my attention within the first like 5 minutes. I was just like, holy freaking crap, this is amazing. So anyway, I've been instructed to watch the dubbed. So I'm gonna be watching the dubbed. I usually go for subtitles. I prefer subtitles, but in fact, when I watched Samurai Champloo, people were telling me to watch the dubbed. I started watching it. I accidentally watched one of the I started watching the dubbed, and then I discovered the subtitles and went with subtitles from there on out. So we'll see how I feel about the dubbing. Okay, so I definitely started crying. Ah, that's wow. Oh, sorry, I just got a text message. So okay, it's gonna take me a bit of time to get back into things. Oh man, just like the save, like everything with the mom and I just remember that from the previous one. I mean, I sobbed like a baby. Oh, and so I mean, clearly I just my nose is running actually. Where's a tissue? I don't have a tissue. All I have is a sock, and I refuse to use a sock. Um. Anyway, yeah, I just that was really sad. Oh. Okay, so my opinions on this show thus far. I mean, I love Full Metal Alchemist the original, so I'm sure I'm gonna love this. I think it's gonna take a little bit of time. It is much more kind of rounded, kind of bright. It seems like it's more geared towards younger audiences, at least definitely compared to say Death Note and Attack on Titan. Just because it has, I don't know what you call it, but when like ding and they have like little stars appear, or it's not hammer spacey, is it? Or because I hear, or hammer space, I hear that's a term where like some guy's just normal and he pulls out this ginormous broadsword out of his back end. Like, where did that come from? But it definitely has a much more kind of boppy quality to it than some of the others that I've watched recently. So that might take me a little bit of time. It also seems to balance, but it does seem to balance drama and sadness. For instance, I mean, the mom and the losing their bodies, and then also like the hilarity. There's the strong arm alchemist. So it's able to balance those two things in a way that a lot of shows haven't been able to do, or at least haven't tried to do, or wasn't a priority. So that is, yeah, I find that interesting. I'm not articulate right now. I'm still just like from watching that scene. So I mean, and they like just they drop you right in the middle of the action. I mean, there's no like story leading up to like how they got to the capital and how he became the Full Metal Alchemist, and like I feel like he was part of alchemy school back in the earlier series, and so now it's just like, nope, here he is, like Full Metal Alchemist at the capital, working for the Fuhrer, and we're gonna get, I guess, the backstory through flashbacks, which I think will be very effective, particularly given that I already am kind of familiar with some of the other stuff. So I love it. I do. Not gonna lie. And so this is giving a strong showing because it does have a little bit of optimism that, as interesting as Death Note is, it is not. I know that I'm gonna need a palate cleanser from the despair that Attack on Titan will clearly be providing in spades. So, but I'm gonna wait until I finish all the series, the sampler, before making that decision. Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, so yes, that was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 1. I hope you enjoyed watching the reaction, and tell me what you think about this new format. It's just less of me talking because what you're watching in the description box is just my reaction. I'm not doing any kind of preamble before it, or was it a interlude or postlude, if we want to use like musical terms. Anyway, there's no intro or closing in my reaction. It's just here, so we'll see. And that'll hopefully make my life easier, which means I can then crank out more content for you guys so that you can obviously watch more. I'm such a dork. I'm just gonna go away. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'm in a weird mood. I'm just in a weird mood, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.